This is in no way my attempt to justify my comic book obsession. And this story, I really, really like. Artwork, the storytelling. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Pull List. My name is Travis. Let's talk about the Joker. More specifically, let's talk about how the Joker is getting his own solo film. It's not surprising that we're getting a Joker solo film because this is Hollywood and the Joker is arguably one of DC's most popular characters. But even more than just being a solo film, this is also going to be a Joker origin story. Not many details are known about this project just yet, but we do know a little bit about the creative direction. The script will be written by Todd Phillips of The Hangover and Scott Silver of 8 Mile. Phillips will also direct the film, and Martin Scorsese is said to be producing. It will be the first film under a new unnamed banner where Warner Brothers will be able to release different DC properties. But a Joker origin film? Really? Is that the best idea for this character? It won't have any ties to the Nolan's Batman trilogy, Suicide Squad, the current Justice League universe, and Batman is said to not be in this Joker film at all. Just Joker, just a Joker origin story without Batman for some reason. Now that's not to say that we're through having Jared Leto as the Joker. Jared Leto is still signed on for a couple more Joker outings, but this Joker solo film is an entirely different ballgame. It'll be a gritty, realistic early 1980s Gotham City, and like I said, go over the origin of this villain. And that is where it loses me. I'm not sure a Joker origin film is a good idea for the character. Alan Moore and Brian Boland took a stab at the Joker's origin in 1988's The Killing Joke, and it has since become the most widely accepted version of the villain's humble beginnings. Failing comedian turns criminal due to desperate times, he loses everything, goes along with a heist anyway, Batman shows up, the villain falls into a vat of chemicals. The chemical disfigurement combined with the fact that he just lost his family makes him snap and go completely insane, and thus the Joker is born. Heath Ledger's Joker origin story was a bit more updated for current events. Sure, he does that multiple choice story thing where he talks about how he got his scars, but if you pay very close attention to the story, there are little details that might be possible hints to an actual past. It's widely accepted that Heath Ledger's Joker was a war veteran. He had a military background of sorts. That's how he was able to blend in so well at the police funeral ceremony. It could explain the scarring. He has possible PTSD. He has that line about a truckload of soldiers being blown up, but nobody cares because it's all part of the plan. And he's very good with explosives, firearms, and plotting a strategy. However, if he was a soldier, don't you think that GPD would have been able to identify him? Maybe he was just a child that grew up in the streets of Gotham City's underworld, and then, after a series of unfortunate events, his memory and therefore his origin became blurred even to himself. Or maybe he was just a direct response to the Batman showing up. It brought out some of the crazy and the criminals, yin and yang. But the whole thing begs the question, should the Joker even have an origin? Even though the Joker is so incredibly popular, most of his fans don't even understand his rationale, his name, if he's even crazy, and those fans just don't care. He doesn't need a strict origin, and that is what makes this character so interesting. The Joker is able to be so popular even though he's so enigmatic. The Killing Joke showcased the definitive possible origin of the Clown Prince of Crime, but even that origin story isn't 100% airtight. The falling into a vat of chemicals origin story actually came from Detective Comics issue number 168, written by Bill Finger, co-creator of Batman. Alan Moore and Brian Boland took the idea of him falling into the vat of chemicals and expanded upon it for The Killing Joke. But Boland has reiterated on multiple occasions that The Killing Joke is just one of many possible origin stories for the Joker. Even in The Killing Joke, the Joker himself says that if he's going to have a past, he would prefer it to be multiple choice. So there you have it. A creator of one of the greatest Batman stories ever written says that it's just one possible alternative of an origin story for the Joker. And to be very frank, I don't think that the Joker should have an origin film, unless it's able to play into the whole one of multiple possible histories somehow. But even more than a Joker origin film, I feel like this film is going to be something a bit different than what DC has been doing, and to me, that's a bit ominous. This Joker origin story will not have any ties to any current Batman or Batman film, not to the Justice League, to Wonder Woman, to Aquaman, to Flash, unless the Flash movie does something with Flashpoint to help rewrite some certain things, and then that just, oh, DC, what are you doing? I mean, maybe the Flash movie might flashpoint a way for the DC films to have different sort of continuities, kind of like how the DC animated films do, and kind of how loosely Fox's universe is with Legion and X-Men and Logan and Deadpool. They're all existing somewhat in the same universe, but their ties are just not really concrete. It's not one to the next to the next. They exist simultaneously at the same time, kind of, but they're not really that connected if they don't have to be. So maybe Warner Brothers is trying to steer away from what they were trying to do by emulating Marvel and moving towards what Fox is sort of doing with their Fantastic Four, X-Men, Deadpool, Logan, mishmash. Everything is together, but we don't know how it all fits together. Plan. I hesitated with using the word plan because I feel like nobody really has a plan with what they're doing right now. One good thing that I see coming out of this is that if these films aren't completely tied to another film and there's no strict continuity that they have to stay with, it will give directors and actors a bit of flexibility when it comes to creating the world that they see in their mind rather than just painting by number Zack Snyder's vision, for example. In the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on a Joker origin film. Do you think it would be great if it's done in a certain way? Will you love it no matter what because you can't get enough Joker? Or do you think that it's going to be completely awful? Let me know in the comments down below and let's talk about it. Okay, wait just a second. Breaking news. Warner Brothers just announced a second Joker movie with Jared Leto and Margot Robbie. Now, keep in mind that this isn't the Scorsese film that I just got done talking about, or Suicide Squad 2, or a continuation of the Suicide Squad story, but Warner Brothers wants to do a Joker film with Jared Leto and Margot Robbie, and it sounds like they're both on board, but that this film will focus more on the Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship, which is what we assumed Suicide Squad 2 was going to do more of. But, oh my, Warner Brothers, what are you doing? What are you actually doing right now? Because this film will probably come out around the time as the future Joker film with the not Jared Leto Joker, but also have Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and it's just, it's so not, this doesn't sound connected, and the other future Joker film, or origin film, won't be connected, and just, Warner Brothers, DC, what are you doing? Are you trying to have like a shared Joker universe? Have like 8 Jokers all together? Stay tuned! We will probably get another update from Warner Brothers in the next couple days announcing a 3rd Joker film. I don't even know at this point. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Pull List. My name is Travis. Thank you for fueling my comic book obsession, and you will see me tomorrow.